His lawyer leaned close and whispered 5 quiet words. I did not hear them. But I saw what they did. Vincent's confident smile vanished. The color drained from his face. His fingers tightened around the papers he had been so eager to sign. For the first time in 15 years, he looked afraid. And I smiled. But let me start at the beginning. Because revenge only feels powerful when you understand the betrayal behind it. My name is Alexis Dunst. I am 34 years old. 3 months ago, I was the loyal wife of Vincent Mercer. 15 years of marriage. 15 years of building his dream while slowly disappearing inside it. I met Vincent when I was 17. He was charming, ambitious, full of big promises. He spoke about success as if it already belonged to him. I believed him. I did more than believe him. I helped him build it. When his real estate business began to grow, I left my stable job to support him full-time. I handled the books, the clients, the contractors, the schedules. I raised our son, Tyler. I kept the house running. I managed every detail of his life so he could stand in the spotlight and call himself self-made. At events, people would shake his hand. They would say, "You built something incredible." He would smile. And I would stand beside him, invisible. Then one Tuesday evening, he sat me down at our kitchen table. No emotion. No guilt. Just business. I want a divorce, he said. I want the house. The cars. The company. Everything. Then he added something that told me exactly who he had become. You can keep Tyler. Like our son was an item on a menu. What I did not tell him that night was this. 3 years earlier, while reviewing company records, I found something he thought no one would ever see. Hidden loans. Secret accounts. Mountains of debt. His empire was not gold. It was glass. And it was already cracked. So when he demanded everything, I did not fight. I did not argue. I did not scream. I simply said, if that is what you want. Because sometimes the smartest revenge is letting someone take exactly what they asked for. And Vincent Mercer was about to inherit far more than he expected. 3 years before the divorce, I was sitting at our kitchen table at 2 a.m. Vincent was working late. I was reviewing the company accounts, matching numbers, checking transfers. That was always my job. Quiet work. Careful work. The kind no one thanks you for. That night, I found something strange. A transfer to an account I did not recognize. Then another. Then another. Small amounts at first. Then larger ones. I followed the trail. By 3 a.m, my hands were shaking. The house had 3 mortgages. The business had massive loans. Credit lines were maxed out. Taxes were unpaid. We were not wealthy. We were drowning. Almost $2 million in debt, hidden behind luxury cars and expensive suits. And that was not the worst part. There were gambling payments. Failed crypto investments. And an apartment lease for a woman whose name I had never heard before. That was the night I stopped being just a wife. I became patient. I did not confront him. I did not cry. I did not panic. Because I knew Vincent. If I accused him, he would lie. If I questioned him, he would blame me. Instead, I protected myself. My retirement savings stayed separate. My grandmother's inheritance, money she left only for me, remained untouched. I placed everything into a trust for Tyler. Legally protected. Untouchable. Then I documented every single debt. Every mortgage. Every signature. Every foolish decision he made. And I waited. I knew he would leave one day. Men who chase admiration always do. So when he sat at that kitchen table and demanded the house, the cars, the company, I understood something he did not. He was not asking for assets. He was begging to inherit debt. During mediation, I played my role perfectly. I looked tired. I sounded defeated. I asked for almost nothing. Just a small cash settlement and shared custody of Tyler. Vincent agreed immediately. He thought I had given up. What he did not realize was that attached to those assets was a detailed liability statement. When he signed for everything, he signed for every loan, every mortgage, every unpaid bill. And he refused a financial audit. He signed without reading. Because he was in a hurry to win. And that is how the trap closed. Thursday morning. Courtroom silent. Vincent walked in wearing his best suit, his new watch shining under the lights. He looked confident. Relaxed. Like a man about to collect a reward. I looked small. Quiet. Defeated. That was the plan. The judge reviewed the agreement. She looked at me carefully. Mrs. Dunst, you understand you are giving up claim to the house and the business. Yes, Your Honor, I said softly. I want him to have everything he asked for. Vincent almost smiled. Papers were passed around. Signatures required. He signed quickly. Page after page. Barely reading. Then his lawyer reached the final addendum. The liability disclosure. I watched the color drain from the lawyer's face. He leaned toward Vincent and whispered. You are assuming all associated debt. Vincent frowned. What debt? The lawyer pointed at the numbers. Mortgages. Business loans. Tax debt. Lease obligations. Nearly $2 million. Vincent's hand froze. The confident smile disappeared. This is wrong, he said, standing suddenly. She hid this. The judge looked at him calmly. These debts are tied to assets in your name, Mr. Mercer. You were advised to conduct an audit. You declined. His lawyer quietly confirmed it. Vincent had signed a waiver refusing financial review. Silence filled the room. Vincent slowly sat back down. His victory had just turned into a sentence. He looked at me. Really looked at me. You knew, he whispered. I was your bookkeeper for 11 years, I replied calmly. I knew everything. The judge finalized the divorce. He received the house. The company. The cars. And every single dollar of debt. I walked out free. Within months, the business collapsed. The house went into default. The girlfriend disappeared. The empire crumbled. But Tyler's trust remained untouched. His future secure. And me? I started over. Smaller apartment. Simple life. My own career. Peace. Vincent once told me I was not ambitious enough. He was wrong. I was simply patient. If you enjoyed this story of quiet revenge and smart strategy, make sure you subscribe. Drop a comment and tell me where you are watching from. And remember, sometimes the strongest move is letting someone take exactly what they deserve. See you in the next story.